Guys, welcome to the channel. We got you a Lost World Dino deck profile today, and we're gonna start off with 3 Overraptor. Basically the Stratos of the deck, like one of the best cards. This is your 1-card combo for basically anything you want to do. Then more generic dinos with Giant Rex, Miscellaneousaurus. Giant Rex banishes when it's banished, special summons itself, which is just great in this deck. It's just free. Miscellaneousaurus, you can discard him, make your dinos unaffected, which is really good, especially if you're fighting something that's trying to negate your ultimate conductor or basically anything. Then you run your bricks, like 2 Quatless. Your Pill Searcher, you throw him into the grave off of Overraptor. Special summons himself, but it's kind of hard to do. He also has a negate, so he's also a pill target. Then we're going to go to your main big boy for 3 Ultimate Conductor. This is your big win condition. He's a Book of Eclipse by destroying a dino, which is great in this version of it. Can attack every monster, and if it attacks something it flips down, or just anything in defense position, you can send it to the grave and deal 1,000 damage. So, basically broken. Then we go into stuff that's not really generic for dinos, but can be. And 2 Pankatrops, searchable from Overraptor. It's really good for the Lost World to start off a good first turn. Then we have the Petita Pterodon, which you used to not run, but now since this guy exists, he's really good because you can have him as an interruption for your opponent's turn, or just if you can summon him, or destroy him off of like Conductor or Quatless and then summon Pankatrops. Then you run your babies, which are your main target for your Lost World whenever it gets destroyed, or when it protects the token from being destroyed. Then you run your going second part of the deck, which is 3 Kaijus. And there's Kaiju Summers, but that's for later. Then Hand Traps, 2 Ghost Bell, 2 Ash. So you have 6 non-dinos. So you're trying to hope and draw into those, and then you can interrupt them on your first turn, and then banish them for free. Alright, and then we go into spells with 3 Fossil Dig. Your Searcher for Overraptor, which is basically all you're going to be doing with it, unless you want to get a Miscellaneousaurus if you already have an Overraptor. Then running 3 Pill. It's your way of special summoning out your bigger boys without having to do all the setup. Banish a non-dino and a dino to special summon level 7 or higher dinosaur without having to worry about the summoning conditions. Then your Lost World, which is whenever a dinosaur is summoned, you can special summon a token to your opponent's side of the field, and if the token will be destroyed, it can protect it once per turn by destroying something from your deck. So you send like Baby or Petita Pterodon, and then you get their effects. Then you're running your other field spell, which is World Wrestling. I like to run this because it's a easy way to get out like Pankatrops or something on going second, which really helps because Pankatrops does really well with Lost World. Then you have your Interrupted Kaiju Slumber. You could put this up to more, which I haven't really gotten to play around with yet because I only have 1. Then you have your Foolish Burial of Goods, which sends this to grave, which this banishes itself to summon Pankatrops. Then your Terraformings, because you want to see them. Then Foolish Burial. This is good for if something happens to like Quatless or to Overraptor, you can send Quatless off of this to get your pill, or if you just need something in your graveyard like a non-dino or not. Then you run 3 Call by the Grave because hand traps really suck. And for right now, on the extra deck, I don't have a lot right now, but you don't really need a lot, so you can run like cherries or something, or just fill up your extra deck with stuff. But the stuff you need to run, Logia at 1. He's Judgment. You can stop a summon or just negate a spell or trap, which is really good. Dolka, he is a twice per turn monster negate, which just is amazing. Fist Roller, just in case you're fighting any decks that deal with Graveyard, like BA or does somewhat well against other meta decks. Gustav Max, because OTKs are fun. Underclock Taker, just for a link that you just want to do extra damage with. Pinstack, this is one of my favorite cards in the extra deck because with the Lost World, you're summoning a token with 0 attack to your opponent's side of the field. And what this does is if it points to something, then it and the monster under it gain piercing damage. So it's a free 3,500 damage against the token. And if it flipped a bunch of stuff, it's just free damage, which is just really nice. So now that you guys have seen the deck profile, we're going to show you some test hands of what you can do with it, just so you see how some stuff works. Alright. So, assuming we're going second, we would have 6 cards, and we more than likely would have used this Ash. So here's actually a really good hand, so we can activate Lost World. And assuming they have at least one monster, which I would imagine every deck in the world does, especially some tank drops, Lost World's effect goes off to summon a token to their side of the field. Pankratrop's effect to tribute himself to attempt to pop the token. Lost World's effect goes off to save the token by destroying a Dino from your deck, which would be, if I could find it, Baby. Baby's effect will go off to special summon an Overraptor from your deck. And then Overraptor's effect would go off to add Giant Rex. Since you have the Foolish Burial, activate that to send Quatless. His effect will add Pill since he was sent to grave by a card effect. Alright, then Pill. Banishing Rex that you added off of Overraptor and the Ash that you used on your opponent's turn to special summon. Either you can summon an Ultimate Conductor, you can summon a Quatless, you can summon another Pankratrop's if you really want to, but for this we're going to just summon a Conductor. Giant Rex effect when he's banished off of the Pill, which, yeah. So he special summons himself. Then you can activate Overraptor's second effect to target one level 4 or lower Dino on the field to destroy this, and then special summon your Pankratrop's back. And then Xyz into Dolka, Blagia, or Dweller. Alright, and then you're going to use these 2 cards to go into, depending on what you're fighting, which if you're going blind, you probably want to do Dolka. But if you're fighting something that doesn't use a lot of monster effects, go into Logia. Say you're fighting Burning Abyss or something that does a lot of graveyard effects, you have Abyss Dweller. And if you're going second, you can use, and they have a bunch of monsters on their field, you can use these 2 to actually go into Pinstag, Ultimate Conductor effects. You can destroy either one of these 2 from your hand to get another monster, then flip everything face down. So we're going to do that. Baby Ceratosaurus just summons like another Overraptor or something. And then now your Ultimate Conductor does piercing because it's under Pinstag, and you do attack everything for piercing, and then you have well enough for game. So that's a typical board that you can do. It's decently consistent, so it's always fun to get off a bunch of stuff like that. But that's pretty much it. Thanks guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you like what you saw, and have a good day.